Do you know the difference between dirt and soil, Gemini? I have to lure you in with a factoid. Dirt is something that we can't grow anything in, whereas soil is rich and fertile and will give life to what we plant there. Now, the difference between making dirt and making soil is all about how we compost things. Or not. Hi, welcome to Zero's Journey, Gemini. I'm Madeline, very glad to have you here. We are going to get into a tarot reading about your month of September. But as you can see, Spirit is starting off with a mission statement for your month, and that is release. Now, it's Virgo season, the season of your mercurial cousin, Virgo, the earth sign. So it's an earth-centered time. That's what Spirit said for you as soon as I saw this card. And they said, it's the difference between dirt and soil. How do you want to move on in life? How you want to move forward in life, what you want to create, what you want to have, etc., 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 does indeed hinge, at least partially, upon where you've been, what you've gone through, and how you have or haven't processed it, right? Now think about a landfill, Gemini. We throw a lot of things out in a landfill. And when we throw them out willy-nilly, they take like ages, literal ages, to deconstruct, to decompose, to feed the earth, etc. But if we compost things intentionally, for those of you who might be gardeners or have friends who do this kind of thing, you might know this. When you compost something, as in throw away biological matter, like you take a banana peel or the fat off of the meat, I'm a vegetarian, so that took me a minute, that you cook with, and you throw it away in a little bin and you turn it over, you give it air, right? It will break down into something really valuable, really full of nutrients, something that can help all of your dreams grow. So this is a month to reflect, Gemini, and think about what you've been through and how you could process it. And Spirit is already giving me they're reminding me of an exercise that they gave me just like a little while back. If any of you keep journals, it would be a good idea to go back and look at those journals. And after you've had, a skim or even a whole read through, to take a couple of who doesn't skip the first couple pages just because they don't want to quote unquote ruin the new notebook they got specifically to write in. Is that just me? Let me know in the comments. I am neurotic. I'm an air sign, not a Gemini, but I am an air sign. Anyway, take those first couple of blank pages, or if you need to, get a couple of blank sheets of paper and staple those to the front or glue them in or whatever, and make yourself a table of contents. I jokingly named mine Genesis and Revelations. So write down your epiphanies, your realizations, your values, things that are really important to you that you want to take forward or remember. Sort through your past so you can see what's valuable to you and what you want to keep and digest and what's not. Why do I say keep and digest? On this release card from the Threads of Fate deck, highly recommend, 10 out of 10. It is represented by the frog. Did you know, because I didn't know this, Gemini, that a frog sheds its skin every month or so, and it doesn't just shed it, it eats it. So the whole idea of this card, like composting, is nothing has to go to waste if we use it properly. This is also a property and energy work for those of you who might dabble in that. You're watching the tarot reading, so you at least consign some of this stuff. Everything can be productive. It's just in how we use it or don't. Do we leave it sitting and getting moldy in a back room of our mind? Like, oh, I don't want to deal with that. Not going to process that shit, that terrible thing that happened to me, or just that breakup or that sad memory. Like, again, I'm an air sign. I get it, Gemini. Like, sometimes we just want to move on. And we think, like, if I just don't think about it, then it will be fine. Might be time to process what it is you are spending some bandwidth trying to not think about. Might be like worth the fucking bandwidth to actually get in there. Now Spirit is saying, I swear to God we're going to get into your cards, but Spirit is talking. Now Spirit is talking about the difference between having a splinter, which may be a small thing, right? Ow, that's annoying, that hurts, it's not going to ruin my life, doesn't keep me from doing any of the things I even need to do, but it's there, and it hurts, and I could address it and have a brief, acute, ow, and then it can heal, or I can ignore it and I can go about my business because I can keep doing this shit. I can keep doing all the things I need to do, and it's just like, ow, a little bit when it brushes against something, ow, ow. But over time, guess what? Wounds get infected, and then it becomes this tender, inflamed aspect of your consciousness or your emotions or whatever, and when somebody just brushes up against it, just says the wrong word or looks at you the wrong way and you hurt, it needs to be addressed. It wants to be addressed. Let's pull out the splinter. And for those of you who might have a little bit of like, damn, I've had that splinter and I know it's been in there for like months or years. Yes, there may be some inflammation and some infection. You know, you have to open the wound, we have to drain it, we have to clean it. It's not a pretty process, but it's a worthwhile process. What do you want to release? What do you want to be done with? Like, for good. And Spirit is saying, Spirit is being punny and saying we mean for good in a few different levels. Okay? Okay. Now, let's get into your cards, Gemini, for September. Spirit, what do you want to share with Gemini? For the month of September, what is their story? What are the themes going on with Gemini people? Gemini Sun, Gemini Moon, cards are jumping, Gemini Sun, Gemini Moon, Gemini Rising, Gemini Dominant people, Spirit. What do Geminis need to know in the month of September for their highest good? About where they are, where they're headed, the energy available to them, who or what is around them. What do they need to know for their highest good, Spirit? What's going on within? What's going on without? How can they move toward their future with the most joy, security, peace, grace? For their highest good, Spirit. For Gemini, Gemini, Gemini Sun, Moon, Rising. Woof! Gemini Sun, Moon, Rising, and Dominant folks. Spirit. The month of September. Okay. Let's go, Gemini. Bonus card. Month of September. Looking back to look forward. That's what Spirit just said. We'd love to see it. Yep, there it is. Right there. What do you want to release? What do you need to let go of, Gemini? What might be like a little bit of a splinter? What might be 10 splinters? We'll talk about it. 10 of Swords is, as you can see, we won't beat around the bush with that imagery. It's exhausting. It's a defeat. It's a, okay, unequivocally, I need to let this go, or this needs, like, I need to let this go. You have somewhere you want to get. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful energy here, Gemini. You have somewhere you want to get, and you can absolutely get there. Beautiful. Wow. You do have to sort through your feelings this month. Spirit never ceases to amaze me, the way the tarot cards, you know, rhyme with your mission statement. So let's go, Gemini. You're going to make a transition from one night to another. Here at the center of your reading, Knight of Wands. Knights are agents of change, transition. And the Knight of Wands is a transition based on passion, confidence, spark, exploration. You may feel some of you, okay, good time to remind you, Gemini, these are general readings, so I'm hearing a few different messages. See which one resonates with you. Follow the through line of your own intuition in these events in your own life, okay? I'm hearing for some of you that your enthusiasm has been dampened by defeat, whether that's self-defeat, like internalized, like defeating thoughts, which the 10 of Swords can represent. It's thoughts and words, right? Swords. What things are you maybe, Spirit just said litany, a litany, a litany. What is a litany? Somebody can come and give a much more beautiful definition, but off the cuff, a litany is like, I repeat this to myself, I repeat this to myself. Like, I'm I'm broken, I'm broken, I'm broken, I'm broken. The power of words is incredible, Gemini, and as an air sign, like, you know better than most. So please keep that in mind. I'm no good at this, or this never happens for me, or this always happens to me, or whatever. Any of you, this doesn't go for all of you, but any of you that do have those kind of circular thoughts or repetitive thoughts, you have a litany going on in your brain. It's not about, I need to stop thinking that. As Spirit said with the release and the composting. It's not just like, oh, I want to throw this in the landfill and never look at it again, and then it'll take care of itself. Like, yeah, over billions and billions of years, I'm trying to get over this shit now so I can go on with my life and have some fucking fun, right? Some fun, some success, all of the things that are here for you. Like, this isn't even the best thing, and this is a beautiful thing, Gemini. You are becoming more at home within yourself. So Spirit is saying it's really important for you to know that needing to like address things, needing to process things from your past, that's not a sign that like you're fucked up and like, wow, what's wrong with you? You really need to process some things from your past. Like, no, it's a sign that you've come to a place of like, I'm ready to like level up, or I'm ready to like love myself more, be more complete within myself, recognize how fucking far I've come, and reckon with the fact that some of that shit hurts. Like, some of that shit hurts. And if I don't wanna, and Spirit is saying this is really important, okay? If I don't wanna burn out, then I need to root down, okay? Keep that in mind. If I don't wanna burn out, then I need to root down. I'll just, spoiler alert, we're gonna jump to your future. When I said that you're gonna transition from one night to another, or that it best serves you at this time to transition from one night to another, I said Virgo season. This is what I'm saying with Spirit never ceasing to amaze me. Your Mercurial cousin. Time to dip into those earthy, dig into, root into. That earthy place. That soil place. To put one foot in front of the other. If you don't want to burn out, then you need to root down. You can get fired up about something, Gemini, and then lose steam, or lose focus, or get like a shiny object syndrome, as they say, like, oh, that's pretty, pew! And that's a very Knight of Wands thing to do. Whereas the Knight of Pentacles is like, this is where I want to get. I'm way the fuck over here, or wherever, right? The only way to get here is to put one foot in front of the other. Sometimes I'm gonna have extra energy and there'll be bursts of speed or whatever, but I'm not going to account for those. I'm going to account for putting one foot in front of the other. I'm going to account for putting on a plan, or creating a sacred container for my practice or my work or my goal or my, and again, these are general readings, Gemini. This could be like, I want to work out. Going from the fire of like, I'm excited, the idea of being a person who works out, or being hot, or being whatever. And then there's the putting the rubber to the road. Then there's putting a plan into place and actually showing up and executing, right? If you don't want to burn out, then you need to root down. And you are realizing that about yourself. Sitting in the past, Six of Pentacles. If it comes to, if any of you are concerned about finances, this looks balanced. This looks safe. It doesn't look like crazy, like, oh my God, there's money raining from the sky. But it's like, cool, everything's going well. Everything's straight. Everything's like, again, maybe it's not ostentatious, but it's abundant. It's more than enough. It's good. Okay? Whew, abundant. Where you find yourself, Gemini, when you free yourself from terrible, shitty, limiting, painful thoughts and words, again, from the inside and from the outside. I've been dealing with too much, all right? When you free yourself from that, when you sort through that and you decide what's useful and applicable and helpful, right? Like I said earlier, all energy is productive energy. What aspect of this is helpful? Well, I never want to make this mistake again, or I learned that I don't work well that way, or that kind of relationship isn't for me, or whatever. There is always something. So what can you compost? What can you compost? Knight of Pentacles knows all about compost. And the Empress knows what is of value. And the Empress is content within herself and her value. And that is something that Spirit wants for you, Gemini. nobody who's in this state of mind is these two things. Spirit is saying it's like can't exist at once. If you've ever heard that expression, this is the expression that they're using now. You can't pray and worry at the same time. Like either you know, say God, spirit, universe, whichever words you like to use, like I trust you, you know, I'm gonna do what I can, but I'm gonna trust you and just go through this. Or you can sit and worry and analyze and think and dissect and worry. You can't do both at the same time. You can't know your value and also question your value at the same time. You're ready for a big transition. Some of y'all might be moving. Some of you might be leaving jobs. The energy around you, the Fool, the energy at the center, the Ten of Swords, something is over and something new is beginning, and you feel it. And I feel like that's why Spirit is saying, okay, if you don't want to burn out, then root down. What is today? Oh man, it's so cool and frustrating channeling Spirit, because sometimes they'll give me stuff where it's like, I can't Google in real time, Spirit, that's rude to the person who's listening to this reading. But they're giving me like a what feels like a piece of a quote. And essentially it's like, it's like, make tea, chop wood, like the simple things. Knight of Pentacles, be here now. When you're washing the dishes, wash the dishes. When you're sorting through your past, sort through your past. Don't dissociate. You know, notice when your mind wants to run away. Notice when your mind wants to just run down familiar old paths. You are being asked to really, again, like I said, Spirit never ceases to amaze me. One half of the key and conclusion of your reading is this Moon card. And I bring up the Fool because the Fool can get into the Moon. Because the Fool doesn't know enough to be scared of wading into their emotions, their memories, you know, their childhood, their programming, their intuition, their memories, what it all means, quote unquote. What Spirit, when I say that, Spirit is like, what it all means to you. It's a ripe time for a shift in perspective. Potential. I will show you the other half of your conclusion card in just a second. The potential is that by turning your life upside down, by being willing to hit pause, to be willing to suspend disbelief the same way this person is suspended from this tree, and look at things from another perspective, you will have an epiphany. There is some great work that you can get done behind the scenes this month. That's what Spirit is saying, Gemini. So it's like, you don't know what I'm doing back here, the Hanged One, right? You don't know what magic I'm doing behind here. There must be a reason, though, that I look so very calm as I'm hanging foot first from a fucking tree upside down. But don't you worry about it. You'll know when it's time. And Spirit is giving me that same sensation of calm, of be here now, of chop wood, carry water, chop wood, carry water. When you are willing to sort through unconscious habits, fears, repetitive thoughts, even like repetitive ego, identity. I am like this, like Spirit said earlier, the litany, I'm broken, or forever alone, or whatever. We all have our stuff, like, right? We all have our stuff that we've been saying about ourselves maybe forever, maybe since childhood, if not like since young adulthood. When those thoughts come up, what most of us want to do is put on a mask and look away. In September, Gemini, take off your mask, turn around, invite your fears, your needs, your darker desires out and have a talk with them. They can offer you some wisdom, some stuff to compost so that you can finally be quote unquote free of it. Thank you, finally, this, I just needed you to understand this or whatever from that memory or that experience. And that's you thanking yourself. I didn't hold on to this for no reason. I wanted to let it go, but there was some part of me that knew that there was something in here, deep in there. There was a part of me that I needed to get back. So what's on the other side? Conclusion and key of going through your stuff, of taking off the mask and turning around and looking. Love, love, love. to go from a 10 of Swords to a 10 of Cups, to wash and cool and soothe every one of those sword wounds with a fresh, beautiful cup of love from yourself, from your friends, from the people around you. Most important is from yourself. Knowing that you are worthy of your own time, attention, love, and compassion. Thank you for spending some of that time with me, Gemini. It has been a true pleasure to read you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. If you want to keep hanging out, I've got a Discord, got a website, got other things, all kinds of things down in the box below. Or if you ever want to get a personal reading, the way to do that is down there as well. Thanks again for being here, Gemini. And if I don't see you in one of the vlogs, then I hope I will see you in your October reading. Bye, Gemini.